and thank you for joining me. My name is Gabriel Brent, and we are going to be doing the AppleZone's weekly wrap-up and review, as well as the forecast for this coming week. So it is a short week because we have 4th of July, but it should be an interesting week. So let's go ahead and get started. On the TF, it looks like we have come a ways since this screenshot here. We can see that price did find nice resistance up here at the 99.98 level, and we were looking to push low. However, we had just formed a new zone, but price really hadn't given us much conviction that this area was going to stay around. So this is what we were looking at Monday morning when we took the video. So let's look at and see exactly how things turned out here. If we look over here, we can kind of see that level that was formed there, and actually price did come all the way down here and touch this level, and looks like we had some good support here from kind of right around that same area, you know. Excuse me, that would be resistance, you know, as it retested that little 4-hour zone. Notice that we are on the 4-hour time frame, and looks like we're moving from this major area of demand back up to supply. So we're, you know, the cycle of the market is continuing on, you know. So that is really cool to see, you know, that continued push down to demand, and then we are looking to go up to the upside there. So very cool stuff. Now once price hits this level again, what's going to happen at the 99.6 level? Well, anything can happen there, you know. If we see candle formations like this consolidation here, you know, this level will hold, but it has been bounced on a few times because this level is yellow. So we need to take that into consideration. We also have new support coming in at the 90.70 down to 90.63 level. So we need to be aware of maybe a possible bounce on this level in the coming week as well. Moving over to crude, we can see that yesterday or last week on Monday, looks like price found support down here at this level with a nice little hammer candle and expansion out of this area to retest this zone right up here, and possibly the higher zone up there, you know. So this is considered the money bounce, so you know anything can happen at this zone here, but it does look like it entered that zone and then left the zone a little bit. So you know technically that money bounce did happen at that point. So let's see what has transpired since then. So it looks like basically price has gone up since then, and you can kind of see what we are looking at here. We have pushed through these different levels and areas, and we are going to the high side, you know. Not only did we find support down here that was very nice, but it just looks like we are pushing higher and higher on this thing. So we're going back up to 98.86 for sure, and we want to be aware of 98.86 level, and just kind of what that area of supply looks like up there, you know. This level has been hit several times, so it could continue to last into the, and it could continue to draw itself out in the future, you know. But really look for the price bars just to continue on the upside until we get up there. So before we decide to make any decisions on a short side type of play. But it's very possible that we could have some little retracements now that we've broken previous highs. Price action may come to where this little circle is. I do draw on this chart quite a bit as I do trade crude oil. So you can see some of the little uh, drawings that I have on here. So that's kind of what we're looking at on crude. Looking at the ES, or E-mini S&P 500, this is what we were looking at last week. We're looking at this move from supply up here down to demand at 1547, with some pretty good sized engulfing candles. Just one engulfing candle really, but you can see how the high of this green candle is higher than the preceding candle, which means, like, this could be an area for retracement back up to that level, before a continuation to the downside is more than likely what we were looking at there. But this is actually a pretty bullish signal there. And if we look at what has happened since then, you can see that this was a bullish signal, and it did come back up to this area, or to this zone. Obviously, it hit resistance right there, and came off of it just a little bit. But now that area is kind of reformed here a couple times, as we have this basing area. You see how that nice little consolidation area is right there. And it looks like we're moving up to supply. So we found support. This may be off of a daily chart or whatnot. Let's take a real quick look. Actually, it looks like it's kind of a weekly candle that this thing may be finding support on, and off of this range bound area right there. So that's what it looks like to me, at least. So as we look on the 240-minute time frame, needless to say, we're again looking at that 1655 to 1647 level, to see a push up there. Don't see any engulfing bars or anything that really gives us a sign that that this trend may be ending to the upside. So that's what looking at for this coming week here on the ES. Alright, so moving over to the Euro USD, this is what we are looking at. Looks like price found some support down here. Look at all the consolidation, and prices coming back up here. And basically, the level that you really have to beat on this chart right here is the top of this green candle right there, mixed with where the high, or excuse me, where the low is of this previous candle right there. So if you draw a little resistance, support becoming resistance, we need to beat that. But it looks like we had some support, so anything's possible. We see the zones below us and above us. So let's look at and see what actually has happened. Well, price did find support there, and it came up. Doesn't look like it was able to beat that level, and it crashed down through our level that it was finding support on over the week, and then it touched the zone underneath it, and it's really found support there, which is kind of cool. And you can see how it's just barely kissed it several times now, and it looks like we're pushing up through this level here, slowly but surely. We do have some consolidation of candles here on the 4-hour chart, which, maybe we're losing a little bit of momentum. However, every single candle is making a new high, but realize that we're in a 4-hour zone. So it is possible that we could get a good retest of this area of consolidation, as well as the zone down here, depending on how this thing turns out. But I would say that you did get a money bounce off this level from these two candles here. As you know, we talk about money bounces, which is the first bounce on a zone. And then looks like we can do anything at this point. Price can go up or down, but we are consolidating pretty heavily here. So please keep that in mind on the euro. Looking at corn, we can see that price has pretty much been in a nice little channel for a while. And you can see the channel lines and how we've drawn them there. So price was retesting the low of the corn market, or the channel line, I should say. So that's what we are looking at there, and kind of an interesting spot of being of having all this consolidation. So just need to be aware of that as we're going into this week. So let's see what has transpired here. So, looking at this, we did find support off the channel line, and we almost touched the top of the channel line, but today was a huge day in the corn market, really retesting that zone and giving us a money bounce off of the zone. So we will see what happens here, but this is definitely on the bottom side of that channel line here. So it's very possible that we could find some support, but that was a huge candle right there. So we want to be aware of that, and I'm looking to just play it safe. If we're going to be trading the futures of that. But again, we're still trying to get up here to our 705 price over the next few months, just to really lock in some good stuff. So I don't feel like this channel has been completely violated yet, but we are retesting the lows of that channel. So please be